Hi everyone, in this video today I'm going to show you a step-by-step of how to teach your child how to wash their hands and brush their teeth. So I'm going to start by washing hands, and this is mainly just an instructional video for parents. So one of the things I recommend when you're trying to teach a child to wash their hands is you want to have a visual system in place, and you actually want to use a hand-over-hand modeling or an adult kind of model so your child gets an understanding of how this needs to be done. I got this off of Teachers Pay Teachers. I'm pretty sure it was either free or $1, but I just looked up hand washing visuals. You can look it up on Google and use whatever visual you find there, but you can feel free to screenshot this and print it for your own use. You can draw pictures of a step-by-step visual, or you can have your child go through each step-by-step and take a picture of them along the way, and I would post that above the sink so it's there for reference. I would also recommend, if you have a laminator, laminating the sheet because it might get wet over time, or the humidity in the bathroom might make it crumple up. Or if you have one of those dry erase folder sheets, you can put in there. But if you don't have it, no big deal. Just make sure it's accessible. Probably putting it under the mirror, like so. A mirror's over here. Or putting it above the sink so it's there for reference. You're going to go through each process step by step. So like I said, you can model with yourself, you can use the visuals, or you can do it kind of together. So let's say we're going step by step with the visuals. The first step is you're going to tell your child to wet their hands, or you are going to start by going step by step. So I'm going to go step by step with the visual. I'm going to show it to you first because it's going to be hard to hold up the paper with my wet hands as time goes on. But the first step is to wet your hands. Second step, get soap, then rub hands, wash off soap, dry hands, and throw away in the garbage. I'm using a towel today, but if you're using a paper towels, you obviously want to instruct your child on how to do this. So two approaches you can show your child, or you can go behind your child or next to your child and hand over hand prompt all these different methods. So again, first step is I'm going to wet my hands. You're going to help your child turn on the water. See if I can move this so you can see a little bit better. So we're going to turn on the water. Make sure our hands get very wet. If your child has a little bit of a sensory overload issue where that could be a difficult task, I would try to make it as fun as possible. Okay, we're gonna get our hands wet in 3, 2, 1. Quick, get them under the water. Yay, you did it, great job. Right, so our hands are wet. I just turned off the water so you guys could hear me, but you can keep the water running. You're probably gonna have to help your child with the next step, and that's getting soap. So you're probably gonna have to pump it for them, or hold it and let them pump it. But again, you could hand over hand prompt this part, or you could let them do it. Now, one of the things they're saying to do right now with the coronavirus is sing a song for 20 seconds and have your child rub their hands that way. You're, again, going to have to hand over hand prompt this, or use yourself as a model and use a visual. So for copyright purposes, I'm going to sing Happy Birthday, because you can post that on YouTube without having any copyright infringes. So make sure your child sings a song for 20 seconds. You can have a timer to the side, or you can just sing Happy Birthday or any song for 20 seconds and then call it a day. So happy birthday to you. Again, you're getting in between all the fingers and the palms. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear whoever. Happy birthday to you. So that's step 3. We're rubbing our hands after we got our soap. Now we're going to wash off the soap. Again, you're going to have to help them with the levers of the sink and adjusting the temperature, but showing them you can hand over hand how to rinse off their hands. Make sure all the soap is off by modeling yourself or providing that hand over hand prompt, guiding them through all the steps. But again, this needs to be a step-by-step process. You can't rush them into it. You have to take it gradually. And if your child's having a difficult time, I'd say maybe getting through 1 step a day. Okay, today we're just going to wet our hands. Tomorrow we're going to wet our hands and get soap. Next day we're going to wet our hands, get soap, and then rub them. You don't want to overwhelm them too much if this is too much of a sensory overload for them. So the 4th step was to wash off the soap. 5th step is to dry their hands. You might have to show them by drying off their hands the first time, getting in between every crevice, making sure it's all dry. And the 6th step is optional, where you can throw it away in the garbage if it's a paper towel, or if it's a towel, you can have them just hang it back up wherever it is on the rack or next to the sink. Now that's how we wash our hands. Again, brief overview. We want to do step by step, have some kind of visual system in place. You're either using you as the model. Look at me. I'm washing my hands. I'm drying my hands. I'm putting soap on. I'm saying happy birthday. Or you either want to be next to your child or behind your child and guiding them through all the steps. Look, we're getting our hands wet. We're putting soap on. And if they have a sensory overload, try and make it as quick of a process as you can, as fun of a process as you can. Look, we're having fun. This is great. Drying hands, putting towels away, step by step. That'll help you a lot. All right, next step is brushing our teeth. Since we're kind of focusing on things we do in the bathroom, we're going to talk next about brushing our teeth. Again, having a visual system in place. This is actually great. It's a checklist. So as you go through each step, and when your child becomes more independent, they can check it off as they go. Now, there's some teeth brushing songs I recommend. Again, I can't sing them in the video due to copyright infringes, but Elmo has a great brushing teeth song. Our district speech therapist actually introduced me to it, but it's a nice little pop song. You can kind of dance to it and have fun. Elmo brushing teeth. And also Super Simple Kids Songs has a nice little how to get ready each day video format where it has getting dressed, brushing your teeth, going to school, things like that. So some kind of song, I would say, would make this process a lot more fun for your child. But again, totally up to you. You might want to laminate this one too. Again, have it by the sink, by a mirror where it's quickly in sight. You can reference it as needed. But again, this one's going to be a step-by-step process. And you can show them with you. You can model brushing your teeth for your child, but this one you might have to be a little more hands-on because, again, dental hygiene is very important. You want to make sure you're getting all of those places, and as time goes on, fading it out from you doing maybe all of it the first time. After a few days or a week or so, you doing half of it and then telling your child to do the other half, guiding them to do the other half. Time goes on, maybe you're just getting the toothbrush wet for them and they're doing all of it. You want to, what they call it is fading out that prompt. So you're doing most of it, and then each, I'd say, few days, you want to let them do half, let them do 75%, let them do all of it. So we're going to go through the process here. I'm not actually going to brush my teeth because for the sake of the video and for the sake of not being too disgusting, I just want this to be a step-by-step guide for you guys. So the first step is wetting your toothbrush. Again, I would probably hand over hand this with your child to show them maybe having that Elmo song or that Super Simple Kids song playing in the background. All right, my toothbrush is wet. You're going to have to help them with squeezing the tube as well, but they can assist you with doing it. Next step, you're going to put a pea-sized amount on the brush. Tiny. Just like that. Now, this next step is optional. It all depends on the preference of the child with how their mouth is and the amount of toothpaste and wetness their mouth can tolerate. I like to wet my brush. I think it helps disperse the toothpaste a little better, but again, totally up to you. Now you're going to show them how to brush their teeth. You want to do this for about 2 minutes. If you can't get to 2 minutes on the first try, that's okay. You can have a timer by you and build up on the time. Maybe starting off the day by 5 seconds, next day 10 seconds, next day 15 seconds. But you want to try and build it up to that 2-minute mark because that's what dental hygienists recommend. So how you're going to teach them how to brush their teeth, and you're going to hand over hand prompt this, is in circles, in a circular motion. And you want to get, of course, the front of your teeth, the back of your teeth, the top, the bottom, the tongue. That's also very important. That's very good for dental hygiene. You want to get the back of the teeth. But again, circles. Circular motions. So you could say circles. This would be a great time for you to have some kind of song playing in the back too, a song of preference. If there's a theme song they like or a song on the radio they like that's about 2 minutes long, you're brushing your teeth to the song. And then you're having a fun time with it. Or playing the Elmo song or the Super Simple Kids songs. So they're brushing their teeth, and then you're going to teach them how to spit in the sink. Again, you want to make sure that you guide their bodies down, otherwise they might just spit forward. So a gentle guiding prompt by the shoulder, down. You don't want to hurt them. Let them spit in the sink. Let them rinse their toothbrush, and then if they use a cup to rinse their mouth, or if you use your hands, whatever your preference is, let them rinse, spit, do as they need to, dry off with a towel. So again, this process, both teeth brushing and hand washing, are very much hand over hand, or they're very much modeling. Even if your child starts off by sitting in the bathroom and watching you do it a couple of times, and then you give them the opportunity, hey, why don't you try it with me today? Or let's do it together for 10 seconds. Let's do it together for 15 seconds. Gradual exposure is great, and if your child's a little bit fearful of it, you want to gradually put them in there even more. Only doing it for a couple seconds per day, having a timer, having some kind of reinforcer after when they do a great job. Maybe a sticker, maybe a high five, whatever it may be. Hope this helps with your life skills challenge this week. Thanks for watching.